got some great moves too.
Made me feel confident, and I feel like a real actress.
I mean, I'm of the vision that art can save the world.
Anything's possible with Redhouse.
Boss, getting mad, threatened. I cry when I'm sad and whine. Which emotion is the emotion for that haiku? Jacob.
I think it's sad.
That was written by one of our lovely students in this class. Latoya.
I am going to...
Angry. And what emotion does this one start at?
Angry.
And moves to?
Sad. I am angry to see someone yelling at me. I'm really sad. That's funny.
To be honest, I'm telling friends of mine from New York City what is happening, and no one knows. No one pays attention.
The district itself has gotten poorer. Syracuse has gotten poorer and poorer.
Most of them are not above a kindergarten reading level.
Especially in impoverished communities, there's a lack of empowerment for self-expression.
They have to learn everything I had to learn. They have to go through the same structure, the same system, the same routine, but it's working against them.
And so you've got a disenfranchised parent, you've got a disenfranchised kid, so how do you overcome it? Well, there's two ways: sports and arts. I think it's incredibly important. Just hearing kids who said they didn't want to go to school before and now like going to school. Our job is to try to overcome that emotional and mental disenfranchisement that I think happens when you're living in poverty, when you don't have money to do the basic things. We got to give those people hope. The mission is to create great art, highest quality art, but with greatest community impact. We wanted to reach more kids in the city school district. You know, we reach 20 every year, but how do we reach this, 3,000 like we do now? And so I met with the superintendent. She said, how would you teach our kids? And I have a biochemistry degree, and so my answer was I would use modern dance to teach mitosis and meiosis. She stood up, shook my hand, said, you're hired.
My name is Marguerite Mitchell, and I'm the Curriculum and Learning Coordinator with the Redhouse Art Center. So we hire all of these teachers from across the country to come. A large piece of that is making sure that our teachers are ready to dive in and exist there for the kids. The arts is a vehicle for so many other things. So kids are learning the water cycle, but through dance. Putting that physical element into teaching a kid the food chain through movement. The arts has created this platform where the kids feel great about talking about it, and it's not this taboo subject.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
I'm CJ Miller. I'm the building lead for Seymour Dual Language Academy. We have 4 teaching fellows here, and I act as the manager for those 4 fellows. So if there's any issues with problem kids or curriculum, and we discuss how to manage and deliver that curriculum properly. I also am the liaison between the fellows and the other teachers and principal, and also between Redhouse and the school.
If it wasn't for this Redhouse program, they wouldn't have the time to be in common planning time. So while the Redhouse teachers are teaching the students, my teachers are in common planning time, working together every day.
My leg up this year was that I got to go back to the same babies I got to work with last year. So all of the work that I put in for 8 months last year of building relationships with all of these kids was already the groundwork I had to springboard this year. Shamir, who you met, was someone I worked with a lot last year. He got suspended a lot for different fights, different arguments. He was someone that I made a point to check in with every day. On Fridays, you could spend kindergarten and pre-K with me. He sat down and read a book to pre-K. He did that. I think with what we're bringing to these schools is not only helping kids academically, but it helps them emotionally, it helps them socially.
The principal has created a culture at her school. So when Redhouse came in, You know, we've become part of that culture. They get hugs and they get praise and they get encouragement, and we talk to them about their big life that they're gonna have. We're there, we're greeting them, we're saying hello, we're glad you're here. Many of the teachers are hugging the children run to us.
So as an artist, how can I take what is on the paper, think of my students, and slightly adjust these things in the moment to reach 4 different learning styles? And this curriculum does that. It has the foundation, and I look at the foundation and I see how can I slightly adjust what I'm doing here to reach all of these students.
There are constantly new challenges that I'm met with every day, and I can only hope that what I'm doing and the commitment I'm making is enriching their lives and going to help them spring toward success.
I think who I am as a person has changed. I don't think that I'll ever be the same that I was when I first got here, to be honest with you. And to come here and to really get to know these kids, I can't leave. It's the hardest job I've ever had in my entire life.
I like Redhouse because Miss Hewitt is nice, and we read books and we practice our dance.
What I like about Redhouse is that we get to do a lot of fun activities, learn new things, have a day that we can like have fun and let loose and get a little stretchy sometimes. And we learn math, and then we do dances and watch videos and just learn.
Redhouse means to me is when you can like express your feelings about dancing, singing, arts, and everything.
I want to thank Miss Eads and Miss Hewitt because they try so hard every day when they came. They don't miss days, and they try so hard to work with every student. I love all of my Redhouse teachers.
Thank you for all the work that you've done with Bellevue.
Thank you so much for teaching me to not be so mean, to not be a bully to the other kids. White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep. Black sheep.
Anything's possible with Redhouse.